Hey, welcome back to some more Vampire The Masquerade Coteries of New York. We'll continue where we left off. This recording, night 13, so we actually made 6 nights worth of progress? 6 nights, 5 nights? So, we're gonna go after the Frank Doherty again. Shining example of journalistic excellence is trying to get in touch with you. This can't mean anything good. You're just leaving your haven when you notice a small note slipped under your door. You pick it up cautiously and fold it open. I know what you are. I know everything. Meet me at the Beautiful View Motel where everyone else will know too. The note is signed, Frank. Cursing under your breath, you check the Beautiful View Motel. It's located in Queens. Getting there will take some time, and something in Frank's note suggests urgency. You run out of the apartment. Stepping into the Beautiful View Motel, you can't help but think that the name makes promises that the building fails to deliver. Outside, there's nothing but an ugly parking lot, empty. The paint marking the parking spaces almost completely worn away. Standing in the lobby, it feels like there's decades worth of stale cigarette smoke. You're happy not being able to breathe anymore. The furniture looks like it was picked up from a yard sale in the 60s. There's something appropriate in the grubbiness of the surroundings. They fit the image you have of Frank perfectly. It's appropriate to find him in a place like this. You nod to the old woman manning the reception desk. She seems totally uninterested in what you're doing, her eyes glued to the small TV perched on the desk, a cop show. Walking deeper into the motel, you find a lounge that might have aspired to a kind of lavish comfort in its glory days. Now it just feels sticky, like you need to wash your clothes afterwards. Frank sits on a bar stool. There's no bartender, but Frank has a shot glass in his hand. He looks even sweatier than usual. What's up, asshole? How does it feel not to know everything? You stop and look at Frank a little closer. He seems drunk. Not a good sign, despite everything. In your earlier encounters, he maintained a baseline of professionalism. There's no call for this. Before, it was all business, not personal. You understand that? Oh, it's not personal. You just like pushing me around, fucker. You stop to consider what to do. You're not used to dealing with Frank in a mood like this. He seems more confident and depressed at the same time, as if he had a secret that gives him power but also brought him down. Let's sit next to him. Let's talk, Frank. You asked me to come here, so I'm guessing you have a proposal to make. Sure I do. I have friends, you know. I'm not just a nobody you can pick on. Your Sophie Langley is nothing compared to these guys. Frank sounds like he has plenty more bitterness inside him waiting to come out. Let me tell you something else. An ear-splitting sound fills the lounge and a bright flash blinds you. For a second, an irrational panic grips your dead heart. Is this sunshine? Are you going to burn to death in a cheap motel in Queens? As your vision adjusts, something whizzes past you. There's a series of thunking sounds, something impacting the bar. Frank is lifting the shot glass miraculously still in his hand. A massive bloodstain spreads across his shirt. For a bizarre, incongruous moment, you stare at the thing sticking out of Frank's chest. It's a crossbow bolt. Another two lie shattered next to the bar, having missed their targets. One missed you by a hair's breadth. Turning around, you see figures dressed in black tactical gear storming into the room in eerie silence. Perhaps the flashbang damaged your ears. They drop their tactical crossbows and lift up rifles. Who comes prepared with a crossbow? Frank slumps to the floor. A wooden crossbow bolt will paralyze a vampire, but struck through a human heart, it kills. The scent of blood fills the air. Let's make a run for it. You're facing a highly trained force of well-armed commandos. There's only one thing to do: run away. You don't even stop to think, just following your reflexes, you duck behind the bar and dive through a staff door as bullets hit the wall next to you. Fortunately, the blessings of the blood don't care whether you're being brave or a coward. The blood speeds up your body as you rush through the back room, past the empty beer kegs and the half-full boxes of liquor bottles. Spotting a back door, you burst outside into the night. Running around the corner of the building, you see 4 SUVs parked by the motel's front door, all black with tinted windows. A man and a woman, middle-aged, dressed like detectives, stare at you in surprise as you run past them. One tries to yell something as you stumble to your car, wrench the door open, and turn the ignition. For a terrifying moment, you fumble with the keys, but then the car starts and you floor it, careening onto the highway. You run to Sophie's building past a surprised-looking doorman. Time is of the essence. You pound on the door of Sophie's apartment, more for the sake of your own nerves than because you think it's any help. After a few moments, Sophie herself opens the door and looks at you in surprise. She doesn't have her makeup on and her hair is disheveled. You've caught her on a night off. What happened to you? As you step into the apartment and follow Sophie to her living room, you see the remains of a party. Empty glasses, a faint smell of blood in the air. You have no time to contemplate Sophie's social life, however. It was an ambush. They were prepared. You're compromised. Oh fuck. For a moment, Sophie's facade cracks. She looks tired, then she rallies herself. Sit down and stay calm. I'll check whether this apartment is still secure. Sit down, suddenly conscious of the vast gulf in experience between you and Sophie. She's managed to stay alive for a very long time and knows how to survive. You only hope that you'll survive along with her. For the next hour or so, you sit on Sophie's sofa, answering minute questions about Frank and the commandos who assaulted you. At intervals, she makes murmuring phone calls to mysterious contacts. After a longer while, Sophie lets you go. You should be safe. More importantly, I should be safe too. We've taken measures to secure both of our havens, but keep your eyes open nonetheless. You leave Sophie's apartment wondering whether you'd survive another ambush like this.